How's it going, everybody? Chris Card's back through the mail Monday. 6 returns for you today on this glorious December afternoon. 2024. What happened to November? That went quick, didn't it? Dick Tracewski here on a 64 Topps card, as well as a signed index card. Dick signed my 64, 65, and 66. Did not keep the extra index card signed as well. 4-time World Series champion. Twice with the Dodgers in 63 and 65. Once with Detroit in 68, as well as a coach in 84. Took 10 years to get into the bigs. Drafted originally by the Brooklyn Dodgers, but when he did get to the bigs, he ended up making his major league debut as a pinch runner in the first series at the brand new Dodger Stadium. Way back in 1963, earned his way onto the team as a utility player. Played a bunch of games in 63 and 64. Nice return from Dick. Nice to get some vintage sign as kick this week's Through the Mail Monday off. Let's go, guys. We got 5 more to open up. Columbus, Ohio for our next return. Let's see here. We have, we have a Jack McKeon card from 74, but it's signed by Galen Cisco as well as an index card. Galen Cisco with a nice little career, 7 years as a righty, starter, and reliever there. Signed all these cards very nicely. Spent 7 years in the bigs, 4 with the Metropolitans, including tagging along towards the end of that 62 season with them, their inaugural season, which they accumulated the second most losses in modern-day history. I guess modern-day history, right? You don't count the team that tanked in the 1800s, pulled a major league, and they tried to lose all the games because the owner had two teams, and he put all his good players on the one team, and pretty much tanked the other team. So that doesn't count for the losses. But yeah, it's strange to hear the Mets are now the second worst team record-wise in pretty much baseball history, thanks to the 2024 White Sox. Either way, nice to get this card signed. Now I got to get the 74 Topps card signed off to Jack McKeon. Did have a couple World Series championships as a pitching coach with the Blue Jays in 92 and 93. He last was a pitching coach for the Phillies in 2000. Longtime coach, of course. If anybody watched baseball back in the day, you heard the name Galen Cisco quite a bit. And there you guys go. Galen Cisco, nice return from him. Let's move on, guys, to return number 3. All right, gang, a return from last year, actually, 2023 on this one from San Diego, California. And I got another one later on from 2020, so don't jump down my throat. Got a couple of vault returns here in this week's episode. Oh, wow. We've got Bob Boone on a 90 Upper Deck card, as well as 87 Topps team leader cards with Marcel Latchman, who you saw me get back last week, and Mike Witt. Both 89 Upper Deck cards, both high number series in his regular and his 87 Topps. Very nice return from Bob Boone. He was signing last year for a brief period of time. I did get a return to sender last year, and then I resent it, and I got him signed. So not sure the rhyme or reason behind his signing habits, but I'm glad to get this back. I'm not going to look a gift horse in the mouth, so to speak, to turn a saying, which I'm not quite sure where that one came from. Very weird. But I used it anyway. There you guys go, Bob Boone. He does RTS quite a bit. I don't know what to say. Sometimes you just got to get lucky. So I got lucky. 19 years in the bigs, 10 with the Phils, including 80 when they won it all. 7 years with California Angels, and his final 2 years with the Kansas City Royals, who ended up managing, as well as a stint as a manager with the Reds before being replaced by Mr. Ray Knight. 7-time Gold Glove Award winner, 4-time All-Star. I think I mentioned that. Either way, good little catcher. Father of Aaron and the other guy, Brett, and descendant of Daniel Boone. Go figure. Nice return from Bob Boone. I wouldn't try him. He hasn't signed in a while, so glad to get this one back. Let's move on, guys, to return number 4. Fort Myers, Florida for our next return here. Just a couple more to go after this one. And looks like this is going to get hung up there. Let's rip it right there. There we go. Hopefully the index card's not signed because it's all banged up. We've got the Bull. We've got Greg Luzinski on an 84 Topps cards. Nice little 15-year career. 11 of those with the Phillies, 4 with the White Sox there. Inscribed the Bull on the 84 Topps card. Inscribed with his career home runs, 307 on the active career home run leaders card in 84 Topps. 74 Topps, signed 4-time All-Star. He was a 4-time All-Star. Of course, won it all with the Phillies in 80. Got a lot of Phillies in this week's episode. First-round draft pick of the Phillies back in 68, actually. 11th overall, Greg Luzinski, $5 a card. Also signed a 74 Topps Phillies team card. Very nice return. Finally got Greg Luzinski. Glad to get him done. I did ask for 3 inscriptions. He did oblige. Very nice. Got to get Reggie and Greg Nettles on that career home run leaders card. I don't think I'm going to pay the freight for the inscriptions for Reggie. I just thought it'd be cool if Greg would do it. I guess maybe Nettles could do it. And yeah, it is a career home run leaders card, so that's why I thought it would be kind of a neat little project within a project. But we'll see. We'll see how much it is. 19 at 74 tops, 84 tops. And, of course, the all signed for the set. Very nice return from Greg Luzinski, longtime Phillies Wall of Famer. And there you guys go. There's you guys see all my inscription requests. I bugged them, but I was paying them, so I figured let's shoot my shot, and it worked out. So cards look great. Awesome return. Let's move on, guys, to return number 5. All right, friends, our next return from 2020 from Peoria, Illinois. From the vault. I got a few left from the vault. Thought I'd throw this one in this video. Hopefully it's a relevant return. We got a signature card filled out on the back. To Chris, Zach Monroe. Signed, looks like he included a photo of himself. Zach Monroe, who pitched for the Yankees in 58 and 59, of course. Mop-up duty in Game 2 of the World Series in 58 against the Braves. Of course, the Yankees would go on to beat the Braves and win the World Series. So World Series champion. As you can see him inscribed there on the back of the index card. Did not sign the front of the index card. Did fill out the back. Very nice autograph. Very nice penmanship. Zach Monroe, just a couple years in the bigs, 24 total games. Did pretty good, 4-2 for his career. 58, of course, was integral to that winning, that World Series championship winning team. 59 didn't do too bad as a reliever, but had a May cutdown and was demoted to the minors and never got another shot at the big leagues. So there you guys go, Zach Monroe. Nice return from him, and unfortunately, he hasn't signed since I think this return. if I remember correctly, this was maybe one of the last things he signed before he stopped. Maybe he did sign a little bit in early 2021, but there you guys go. There's information. Regardless, that's what I sent him off. Would not try him anymore. I'm not sure if he stopped signing. There's no he didn't say he stopped signing, but he stopped signing. So there you guys go. Sorry about that. Another irrelevant return if you are watching this video in the hopes of getting some of these guys. We got one more return left. Let's just get right to it. All right, gang. Very last return from the Greensboro, North Carolina area. Piedmont Triad. Very busy stamp on this return. We've got a college-ruled index card. Looks like it's not signed by anything. Got a grip of cards in here from the feel of it. We got Bob Patterson. Bob Patterson, middle reliever, a lefty. Nice little career. Looks like he is into the Bible inscriptions, the Bible verse inscriptions as well. There's a 92 Fleer, 92 Donruss. A score for good measure. Nice return from Bob Patterson. 13-year career, 6 with the Pittsburgh Pirates, 3 with the Cubs, couple with the California Angels. Played his career from 85 to 98. The glove doctor. Even opposing teams would send their gloves over to him while he sat in the bullpen and worked his magic. The glove doctor. There's a couple glove doctors in the bigs. He was obviously one of the primary ones I remember. I'm sure there's a few others out there that would work their magic with repairing gloves and broken laces and all that stuff. But there you guys go. Bob Patterson racked up 28 saves in his big league career. Nice return. There's the information. Great signer. Glad to get some of these cards signed that were just sitting in my box of cards I didn't know what to do with. And that's why TTM is magical, because you'll come up with a few thousand cards that are not worth a whole lot of money, and then you'll say, hey, Bob Patterson signs autographs through the mail. Let's bug him for some autos, and he obliged. Very nice from Bob. Nice return from him. Nice returns overall. Lots of vintage in this week's returns. Of course, hitting all my sets very hard. 84 tops, 87 tops, 89 upper deck, as well as 74 tops. There's this week's haul. Very nice return from Zach Monroe. Think that's a facsimile signature on the front of that card, but he did sign it and inscribe it on the back of it. So there you guys go. I think he sent those cards off to other people as well. So that's kind of one of the things he did. Always nice to get some extras when I send off to some of these guys. And that is it, my friends. December, as I mentioned earlier, is here already. Unbelievable. I had a great weekend. Went to the Ducks-Huskies game on Saturday with my good friend Russell. 2 S's, 2 L's. We had a great time watching the Ducks finally beat Washington. They've sort of been in our kitchen the last couple years, ruining our season. So nice to finally get over that hump and put a beat down on them. Of course, Ohio State had a rough weekend against Michigan. Big Ten championship game this Saturday against Penn State. We haven't played Penn State since 1994. 30 years in the making. Of course, 1994 was special for me. That was the year I moved out to Oregon. My brother went to Penn State. My sister was starting at Oregon that year. I think she was a freshman that year at the University of Oregon. So I was conflicted with that Rose Bowl way back in 1994. Glad to see Penn State win it because I was still going to, Beaver Stadium and going to Penn State games with my brother. But I was on my way out to Oregon to move out there and be with my family out there, and as well as my sister who was going to U of O. So 30 years in the making, another Big Ten championship game. Not quite the Rose Bowl this time, but very important game nonetheless for that first round bye in this year's college football playoff. So rambling, getting ahead of myself. Going to wrap this up. It's Monday. I'm actually doing this on a Monday. I usually have this on midnight. Not this time. Had a lot going on. A couple late nights in a row, and I was sitting on the couch last night at 11:30 on Sunday night, just kind of vegged out. Started watching The Patriot on the Prime. Kind of got wrapped up in that, and I was like, I could just do this in the morning with some coffee in me. I mean, I'll do a great job. So hopefully I did a great job, and I hope you guys liked the video, and hit that like, subscribe, comment down below. Let me know what you guys thought of this week's returns. And that is it, my friends. Have a great week. See ya.